Okay, so we have lots to do today. First thing we're going to do is go over the worksheet from Wednesday, the one that you guys probably thought was super easy. We're going to do some word problems together. You are going to have a few word problems for homework. And I'm also going to pass out next week's weekly worksheet. When will it be due? Next Friday. And it's not an IXL skill. Remember, every other week. So it'll be more like a morning work. What you guys consider morning work papers is what your next week's weekly worksheet will be. Okay? So let's go over this side first. I believe you guys had 6 through 16, correct? Like just this side? Okay? For number 6. Kendall, what'd you get? 3.28. Show me if you guys agree or disagree. Okay? Anybody need me to work that one out? Okay, I can work out any of them we need to, but I'm only going to work out the ones we need. Number 8. Max, what did you get? 3.92. 3.92. You guys agree? Okay, I don't have my answer key handy, so I'm going by what you guys say. Number 10, Sadie. 4.45. 4.45. You guys agree? 12, Bryce. 0.44. Okay, hardest one on the page, huh? Yeah. 1 times anything is itself. Brody, what did you get for number 14? 2.42. 2.4. I think that's off just because this is a 2, and I know it's 7 times that. So it should be around 14 point something. Probably a little bit higher. Dane, what did you get?
I got 18.2.
18.2. Does that look good? Okay. Sophia, number 16.
2.67.
It should be higher than that. Hold on. Let me look at this. 2.67 is what you said. There's only 1 decimal place in the problem, so how many decimal places should be in the answer? 1. Guys, is the answer 26.7?
Yes.
Okay, and I knew that because what's 8.9 really close to? What's 9 times 3? 27. So I knew the answer should be close to 27. Just looking at her answer, if I move that decimal point, it really changes the number. But now is it close to 27? Yes. Okay, that's a common error. Okay, let's flip to the other side. I'm going to have you guys rework any of them that you missed in just a second, and then I can help you if you need help. On the other side, you just had the right column. Make it a little bit bigger. 1B. Finley, what did you get for 1B?
0.20.
Okay. 0.20 is the right answer. Is there another way I could have written that answer once I got to that point, Brant? 0.2. If you have 0.20, it's perfect, okay? It's fine. But you could have also, at that point, you could be like, hey, I know I don't need that 0 at the end, and change it to 0.2. Next one, 2B, Maya? 0.24. Next one, Dominic.
0.045.
Good job, 0.045. Number 4B, Lori.
1.04.
What'd you say?
1.04.
Not 1.0. What's 11 times 4?
11 times 4 is
44. And then how many decimal places do you need?
2.
2. So what would my answer be? 0.44, yep. Because 11 times 4 is 44. We count up 1, 2 decimal places. Harper, number 5.
0.054.
0.054, because that one we need 3 decimal places. Nate, number 6.
0.2.
Not 0.2. Because how many decimal places do we need? 2. So what does it have to be? What's 1 time? You know what 1 times 2 is? What's 1 times 2? 2. But I need 2 decimal places. So what does my answer have to be? So start on your paper, start counting. 1, 2. Where would the decimal point go?
After the second.
Right here. So then what would my answer be?
0.02.
0.02. That 0 is important. Okay, it changes the value if it's not there. Brody, number 7.
0.28.
What's 2 times 4? What did you say?
0.28.
Okay, so fix it. What would it have to be? If 2,
0.08.
good job. 0.08. Number 8, Abby.
0.12.
0.12. Good job. If you missed any of those, write them down because I have to clear it before I can scoot on down the page. Okay, Kendall, number 9.
1.08.
1.08. That was probably the hardest one just because of the math. If you didn't know 9 times 12 in your head, you might have had to work it out. And Sadie, go ahead and give me the last one.
0.24.
0.24. Okay, if you missed any of those, I want you to take a second and rework them. If you did not, I want you to set it aside. You already have a word problem worksheet. I want you to get out a piece of loose leaf. Okay, so you're either reworking. Once you're good, I want you to get out a piece of loose leaf and just push that paper aside. Okay, so when we're doing the actual math today, these are bigger problems. And I feel like some of us still need some work on algorithm, okay? So I want you to do all of these using algorithm today. As we practice them, we're going to practice our algorithm as well, okay? So we're going to do all of our work on loose leaf. I'm going to just write it up here so I don't have to flip back and forth between this and the whiteboard. You guys will do any of your math on the loose leaf. So go ahead and title your loose leaf. Just do title it Decimal Word Problems. I'll write it up here. So just title your loose leaf Decimal Word Problems. Decimal word problems. What kind of decimal problems do we know how to do? What kind of decimal problems do we already know how to do? Reese?
Add, subtract, and multiply.
Yeah, we know how to add, subtract, and multiply. So all of those are fair game on this worksheet. So we're going to decide what we're doing and why. How do we know that it's add, subtract, or multiply? So number 1 says, and actually look at the title of the worksheet. What do you think it's going to be? Yeah, I believe this whole worksheet's actually multiply. Okay, so Mandy buys 5 packs of organic milk from the neighborhood store. Do you guys know why it's spelled like that? Because we don't spell neighborhood like that. Different country. It was made in a different country, yep. Each pack is priced at $3.96. How much does Mandy spend in all on this purchase? We know it's multiply because I showed you at the top it says multiply. Why is it multiply? What word or words tell me I have to multiply? Brant?
How much?
Nope, because that could mean anything. How much we could really use that, like how much money is left over. How much more does Sally have than Franny? Abby?
Each.
Not even each, because each could also mean divide. Soph?
In all?
In all could also mean add. There's one thing. Sadie?
How much?
Nope, not how much. Kendall?
Is?
Nope, is just means equals. What does it give? What does it ask for? Finley?
Gives one, asks for multiple.
It gives one, asks for multiple. It gives the price of one and asks for multiple packs. Remember, that's the most common type of multiplication problem. On these ones, you probably just knew you had to multiply, or you could add 396 5 times. When we get to fractions, fractions in our brains just don't mesh well together, so we will have to be able to look for those things. It gave me the price of one, and I need 5 of them. So what is my multiplication problem that I need to do, Nate? 3.96 times 5. So on your loose leaf, I want you to put a number 1. And we're going to write it horizontally first, 3.96 times 5. Why do you think I suggest you write it horizontally first? Lori?
So you remember and have the decimal?
Yeah, so 1, you have the decimal point there, and you can count it up after you do your math. Okay, so this is just a 3 by 1 algorithm. 396 times 5. Sophia, can you walk me through what I need to do?
6 times 5.
Okay, what's 6 times 5?
30.
30. Where do I put those numbers?
0 at the bottom and 3 on top of the 9.
Okay, 0 at the bottom. I put a 3 up here. Take over, Dom. What do I do next?
Take the 5 and multiply it by the 9.
Okay, what's 5 times 9, Dom?
45.
Is that my whole answer?
And then add 3.
Okay, what's 45 plus 3?
48.
So I put 8. I regroup my 4. Brady, take over.
5 times 3 is 15. Plus 4 is 19.
Is 19. Is my answer. It will cost her $1,980. What do I do next? Maya?
Count the decimal places in your regular problem.
Yeah, I have to count my decimal places. There's 1, 2 in my problem, so I need 1, 2 in my answer. Okay, now go back to your worksheet. Let's write just a quick answer sentence. Who can give me a quick answer sentence for that? Harper.
She spent $19.80 at the store.
Yep, we'll just put she spent $19.80. We'll shorten it there. She spent $19.80. We're on the other side. Finley. Okay, once you have that, let's read through number 2. There are 11 packs of ribeye steaks on display at a supermarket. How many pounds do the ribeye steaks weigh altogether if each pack weighs 2.5 pounds? How do we know this is a multiplication problem? Brant?
For 1.
You're almost right. Bryce?
Ask for 1. Ask for more. I don't know how to say it.
Well, look at it. What does it give? What does it ask for?
Ask for 1 gives.
Does it ask me for the price of, or the, how many 1 weighs? Does it?
2.5 pounds.
It gives me that. So it gives me how much 1 weighs and asks me how much multiple of them weigh. So Finley, what is the math problem I need to solve here?
11 times 2.5.
Yeah, 11 times 2.5. So go back to the loose leaf. We're going to put number 2. 11 times 2.5. Then, so we're doing a 2 by 2 algorithm. What math problem do I actually need to work out, Parker?
25 times 11.
25 times 11. And he even switched it around. Why should we probably put the higher valued number on top? It just makes our life easier. Okay, if it's a 2 by 2, it really doesn't matter. It just usually makes it a little bit easier on us if the larger number's on top. So we're going to put 25 times 11. Sophie, help me get started.
You do 5 times 1.
Okay, what's 5 times 1?
5.
Okay, then what?
Then you do 2 times 1.
Okay, what's 1 times 2?
2.
Okay. Brant, take over.
You have a 0 because it's
Okay, so yeah, now I'm done with that 1. So I have to add a 0 here. And why am I adding a 0 there? Yeah, because this number's not just a 1. The value of it is 10. And we know if we multiply by 10, the answer is going to end in a 0. Okay, Brant, keep going. Now what?
you take 1 times 5, which is 5.
Okay, 1 times 5 is 5.
1 times 2 is 2.
1 times 2 is 2. Now what do I have to do? Add them together. So that's 5, 7, 2. Do the stakes weigh 275 pounds? What do I have to do? Anybody? Just say it. Add my decimal point. So I have 1 in my problem, 1 in my answer. So let's go back to the worksheet. The ribeyes weigh 27.5 pounds all together. Go ahead and flip the worksheet to the back once you have that one. Go ahead and flip it to the back. Everybody have this? Okay, let me get to the back. Oh, I don't have a back. Hold on, give me just a second to get there. I need this. And this. That's not it, is it? That's the same one. Close that. Unless I open, let me try one more time. Close this one. I might have uploaded the same document twice. Nope, there it is. Okay. It just wanted to open it because the other one was already open. Okay, let's look at number 1. This one gives us a lot less space to work. Katie earns $6.80 per hour at her babysitting job. What does it mean if it's telling me she makes that per hour, Brant? Yeah, every hour she works, she gets $6.80. On Saturday, she worked 6.5 hours, plural. What were Katie's total earnings for the day? It gives me 1 hour and asks for multiple hours. So what is my multiplication problem? Reese?
6.80 times 6.5.
Okay. Now, what I want you on your loose leaf, write on back, just so you know this one's from the back side. That's right, on back. This is my loose leaf, this tiny little space right here. And then we're going to call it number 1. $6.80 times 6.5. Why does this one seem a little bit harder? Parker?
Because it's a 3 by 2.
It's a 3 by 2. And I'm going to show you a trick in a second. Okay? So now let's go do our math. So we're going to do 680 times 65. Who wants to help me get going? Harper.
Instead of 680, can you 68 times?
We're not there yet. That's what we're going to talk about next. We're going to solve it because decimals get the decimal point then gets confusing. Okay, but yes, you're right. We're going there next. I'm waiting until we solve it though. So what do I do first? 5 times 0 is 0. Okay, what's next?
8 times 5, which is 40. You write down the 0 and do it to 4.
Okay, 5 times 8 is 40. We put our 0 in our 4. Keep going.
6 times 5 is 30, plus 4 is 34.
Okay, 6 times 5 is 30 plus 4 is 34. So now I'm done with the 5. Brody, what do I do next? I add a 0. Why do I have to add a 0? Do you know? Why do I have to put that 0 there? Who can help him? Finley?
Because it's going to be a bigger number than 6 is bigger than the 5.
Nope, that's not why I add a 0. Bryce?
Because 6 is a 10.
Because the 6 is in the tens place. It has a value of 60, Brady. I didn't ask you a question. I just want you to stop talking. Okay? Kendall, what do I do next?
6 times 0.
Okay, 6 times 0 is 0. Keep going.
And then you do 6 times 8,
Is
48.
48. So 8, regroup of 4.
And then you do 6 times 6, and that's 36 plus 4
Is 40. Okay, now when we go to add, and again, I'm running out of space. You guys should have plenty of space. 0, 0, 2, 4, 4. So I'm going to write mine out to the side. I have 4, 4, 2, 0, 0. How many decimal places do I need, Max? 3, because there's 1, 2, 3 in my problem. So I need 1, 2, 3 in my answer. Now here's where we have to kind of turn on our common sense brain. Turn off your math brain, turn on your common sense brain. Why is this not a good answer for this problem? Abby?
Because for the behind the 2, there's 2 zeros.
Okay.
And you don't have zeros.
Okay, and she said, so behind the 2, I really don't need those zeros. It doesn't change the value. And she is correct, but why in this particular problem is that also not a good answer? Parker?
Because it's changing the value.
No, those two have the exact same value. Harper?
because I was 6.5 hours.
Nope, it has nothing to do with the hours. What's the other label?
Ooh.
Parker?
No, wait. I was going to say because it had different amount of decimal places.
No. Kendall?
How much you earn?
That's how much, which means our label is, what's our label?
Money.
Not money, that's not a label. Earned is not a label. Dollars. Would you say I have 44 and 200 thousandths dollars? No. How many decimal places does money have? 2. It's either they have no decimal places or there are 2 decimal places. You cannot have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You cannot have 1. Okay? So this is $44 and it's not 2 cents. Yeah, it's 20 cents. What would $44.02 look like? It'd be 02. Yep. So let's go back to our answer page. Will you grab that for me? Let's write Katie earns $44.20 for the day. Thank you. Anytime your label is dollars, you have to have 2 decimal places or none. If it's just $44, you can just put 44 with a dollar sign, or you could put 44.00. 37.8 is not money. Okay? 37.80 is money, or 08. And is the placement of that 0 important? Yeah, it's a matter of 80 cents or 8 cents. Okay, now, does everybody have that written down? I'm going to erase this. You don't have to write this next one. What I'm going to do, because what I was going to point out that Harper started to point out before we worked it, but do you see how just the decimal point on money is kind of confusing when you have extras? But on that problem, we could have made the math easier. I'm still going to write out 6.80 times 6.5. We learned earlier on, if we are trying to do 680 times 65, we could just do 68 times 65 and do what? Add a 0. Okay? That still works. You just have to be careful. I suggest you write it like this, so you're showing me what you're doing. You go out to the side, you do your 68 times 65, which would have given us, what was our answer? 44200. So when we did that algorithm, if we would have just done the 2 by 2, 68 times 65, we would have gotten 4420, but then we have to add on that extra 0. That's what people forget. Okay, we have to add on that extra 0, and then we can count them up just like we would have. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We still would have gotten the same answer. Okay, it's just oftentimes when it already ends in a 0, we forget to add on the extra one. Okay, go down and I want you guys to try number 2. I want you to try number 2 on your own. I don't care if you do a 2 by 2 or a 3 by 2. I just want you to try and get through number 2 on your own. I have some right up there. Okay, if you multiplied them, you had options. Since 850 ends in a 0, you have options. Option 1 is do it as you see it. Regardless, we're taking 8.50 times 5.6. So you can do 850 times 56. What would you get? Raise your hand if you did 850 times 56. Sophia, what did you get?
47,600.
So 40, is that right? 47,600. 600? Okay. Or you could have done 85 times 56. Raise your hand if you did 85 times 56. Okay, Reese, what did you get?
47,600.
Hold on. Just 85 times 56.
Oh. 4,700.
You should have got 4,760. But since you left off a 0 in the problem, you would now have to add it on in the end. Okay, so again, it doesn't matter which of those methods you choose. You just cannot forget that 0. Now we count up the decimal places. 1, 2, 3 in the problem. 1, 2, 3 in our answer. Or 1, 2, 3 in our answer. What is the answer I should write on my paper? Sophia?
47 and 60.
$47.60. Yep, so let's go back to the worksheet. Charles earned $47.60 for the day. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you your homework. We have about 10 minutes left. You do have some of these due for homework. You're just going to circle them. Okay, on this side, let me clear it. Let me go up. Okay, on this side, I want you to circle 3. I'm going to go ahead and give you 4. It's not a word problem, but what do you have to be able to do number 4?
Multiplication.
3 by 3 multiplication. So that one's really just to practice your 3 by 3 multiplication, because it's a true 3 by 3. And we'll do 5, 3, 4, 5. Then flip it back to the other side. On the front, I want you to do 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you have 3, 4, 5 on both sides for homework. Okay, go ahead and get started on that. While you're working, I'm actually going to pass out next week's weekly worksheet. When is it due?
Next Friday.
Next Friday. But if you don't have much to do in study hall today, I suggest you go ahead and get started on it so you don't have to worry about it as much next week. Okay?